What's up? It's your boy OD, AHAT.TV. We got the AHAT champ Fatz right here. We got Curt B right here.
That's good with it.
We got my daughter right here. And we want to address a serious issue, a serious event that took place about a month ago. I'm talking about the Trayvon Martin murder. And Curt B, why don't you break it down to him, kind of what happened, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, it's a national incident. Everybody, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you know what's going on with this. You know, the young man was walking home from the store. He was on the phone with his girlfriend. He went to the store, got him some Skittles, got him a little something to drink, like many young people do. The young man was wearing a hood. He had walked through a neighborhood that he was familiar with, and an individual that was head of the watchdog group in that neighborhood approached him and asked him, you know, what you doing around here? What's going on? And the young man didn't feel he had to answer to him. You know, I mean, if you're going in America, if you're going about your business, abiding by the laws of this land, you don't have to answer to anybody. You go about your business and handle your business. Well, this man, Zimmerman, decided to engage him. You got two sides of every story. His story was he engaged him. There was an altercation. There was a fight. He feared for his life. He pulled his weapon. In the meantime, he had called 911, where the 911 officer or person that was on the phone clearly stated to him, "Do not follow this person." And if anybody knows how a neighborhood watch works, no matter if you're the leader or you're a member, you're supposed to observe and report. That's it. Observe and report. You are not sanctioned by any laws of any state to do any type of corporate punishment, any type of anything. You can't hold anybody against their will. You can't do anything. All you're supposed to do is observe and report. And so basically, this man took this man's hands. He was his judge and jury right there. And we just want everybody to know that Las Vegas, we riding with them out there. You understand? This stuff has to stop in America. America has to wake up that, yes, this is getting national coverage, but this stuff happens every day. Maybe not on that grand of a scale.
That's exactly.
But it happens every day.
Yeah.
Okay? And this ain't a black, we don't want to make this thing a race thing, a black and white thing. No, it's not. It's about human rights. Every individual has the right to walk down the street with a hood on, with a pack of Skittles and a drink. And if I don't want to speak to you, I shouldn't have to speak to you. And because I don't speak to you, you don't engage me, and it end up in a homicide, a clear homicide. You understand what I'm saying? That was a murder. And for the police to act in the way they acted, you know, they let this man go. They didn't take him down to the station. They didn't book him in handcuffs until they sorted it out. They pretty much let this man go and told him don't leave the state, you know, from what we can see. And I know the laws in that area say the police have the jurisdiction to make that decision whether they think it's self-defense or not. But when you have a dead person because of an incident, more investigation has to be involved in this. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with you. I agree with everything with what Curt B said. He basically broke it down for y'all on how the whole situation went down, and it's an injustice. And the thing is, there's millions of injustices going on around America every single day.
In your city.
In our city, our police department here in Las Vegas is under investigation for, you know, strings and strings of what they call justified shootings. You know, where you know, some of them might be justified, but every single one of them have been justified here for a long time. And more than that, there's just all kinds of injustices going on all over America due to people profiling people. Just because my sister comes out the house in a skirt, that doesn't mean you have a right to rape her.
Thank you.
I mean, that don't mean she's coming out here to get raped, you know. Just because she came out the house in a skirt, that doesn't mean she's coming out to turn a trick, or she's looking for a John or any of that. You know what I'm saying? So. And one thing that I'd like to speak on about the whole situation is the way the media, see, we're giving y'all the raw and uncut. The media is giving y'all that brainwashed bullshit. Geraldo, man, that dude's out of line, man. That dude's out of line for what he said. You know, oh, if you don't want to wear a hood, portray yourself as a thug. Secret servicemen wear hoods. Are they being thugs? People in our armed forces wear hoods. Does that make them a thug, or does it make it that it's windy outside? Why do they make hoodies? Why do they make hoodies? So motherfucker keep his face warm. That don't mean it's a thug. You talking about every time somebody pulls a robbery. So that's like saying ski masks just means that you're a thug. Or maybe, motherfucker, we should go to the ski resorts and start shooting people who are in ski masks because we think they're there to cause some problems. That's some bullshit. Stop feeding it to our kids, man. That's fucked up. Our kids are at home watching it, and they might not know no better. They might not have the ability to critically think yet or think abstract. And you're feeding their brains this bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Geraldo, man, that's some bullshit, man. And ain't nobody going for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I wear a hood if I want to wear a hood. And if you shoot me and you kill me, woe to you. Man, you know, I hope you get the same treatment, man. I hope when you get to prison, I hope somebody looks at you and says, "Oh, well, he walks with his wrist broke," and they run up in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Profile you as a faggot and run up in your ass. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's the type of shit that whole situation was a profiling thing. Like he said, it wasn't about black or white. No. I don't even think dude Zimmerman was even white. I think he was like Mexican or something.
Spanish and half white.
Okay, well, whatever it was, he was an overzealous person, and there's a lot of those. From police officers to normal citizens to criminals. There's overzealous people in this world, and they do irrational things, and they don't use good judgment. And that man didn't use good judgment, and an innocent life was taken.
And the thing that what the nation has to wake up about it, and why everybody, black, white, brown, yellow, red, should be outraged is the way this police supposedly trained in the laws of the land and the laws of that state, handled that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what people should be outraged. People get killed every day in every city. There's people in Las Vegas right now. You film long enough and you're gonna hear the popos go by because somebody either got stabbed, killed, or assaulted.
Right.
And the police are supposed to deal with that fairly with everybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But how they handled this case, just because Zimmerman's dad used to be a sitting judge or whatever his status was, is that favoritism cannot fly. It cannot fly. You understand? Because that gave him the ability to walk his streets as a wannabe police, judge and jury, and not be held accountable for it in that state. And you should be held accountable for your actions in every state. And they shouldn't let you be able to go and now he's in hiding because he's scared what the public's going to do to it.
That's what it says in our Constitution. You know, our Constitution says there's certain guidelines set up when this country was set up. There's a due process.
Due process.
Due process, and the due process. We were let down on this one, man.
Oh.
We were let down as a nation. That could have been your little brother, you know.
Could be my kid.
If I go out right now and somebody's raping my mom in her house when I get home, and I shoot that person in his head and kill him in the state of Nevada, I'm going to prison. Involuntary manslaughter. I'm going to prison. There's no self-defense out here. I'm going to prison. If you're in Florida and you're trying to provide for your family, or say you're just riding down the street and you accidentally rolling some weed or something, and some weeds left in your car, and the police officers pull you over out there, you're going to jail. You're in possession. This man, they didn't take this man to jail. He took a youngster's life who had a bag of Skittles and a drink in his hand, man. You know, but this is the system, y'all. America, this is the system y'all vote for, though. These are y'all votes. You know, these are the people who y'all put in office, right? Stop letting these big money brainwash y'all, man.
And the media needs to stop throwing all that extra curriculum shit in there with, okay, he had weed in his bag, or he had this and that. That has nothing to do.
I wouldn't give a fuck if he had cocaine, an ass crack full of cocaine.
That has nothing to do with why this man shot this young black kid with Skittles and a drink because he was wearing a hood, because he looked suspect to him. What was in the system, it has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. The kid didn't have a nail file, he didn't have a letter opener, he didn't have no nail clippers.
Bro, I think the media is out of line.
Let alone a gun and a knife.
The media is out of line and out of place for even putting his business out there like that. His family was done an injustice, so for them to even try to do anything more to discredit that kid, it's just, that's a travesty, man.
Report the facts.
Man.
And the facts are, an individual took somebody's life without authority, and he pursued this person. He hunted him down.
Yes.
When the dispatcher told him, do not pursue, we have units rolling, sir.
So America, what are y'all gonna do about it? It's up to y'all. What are y'all gonna do about it? I know where I stand on it. Where do you stand on it? Man, look into your politicians, man. Look into their laws. Look into the loopholes of their laws. You know, the laws ain't made to cater Curt B, me, the person sitting at home watching this. The laws ain't for us. The laws are for the super, super rich in America. That's who crafts the laws. That's who pays the lobbyists to lobby the politicians who make your laws. And the laws nowadays, they're used for whatever agenda those very rich people have. That's all I'm gonna say.
Special interest groups.
Man, please, please, please do your homework. Know that there are a lot of injustices going on. Don't be so quick to judge people because of how they look, how they sound, how they act. None of that matters. We're all children of the Creator, you know. So, nobody deserves to be killed for no reason, you know, man. But
hey, Old Navy makes hoodies. Tommy Hilfiger makes hoodies. You know what I'm saying?
Gucci makes hoodies.
Gucci makes hoodies.
Everybody.
Nike makes hoodies.
Walmart sells hoodies. Y'all biggest corporation in America. They sell hoodies right there. Some people, you don't know if that kid, was donated that hoodie because he didn't have no clothes or whatever, But we're past that. That was just a fucked up assumption. That dude was fucked up. That was a fucked up dude. That dude could not have been wearing a hoodie. He was just a black kid in that neighborhood. That dude probably was gonna shoot him anyway, man. For him to do that to a kid, I don't think the hoodie really even had nothing to do with it, man. I think that dude was just fucked up in his mind, and he was a brainwashed person, man. I feel bad for him. I really feel bad for Trayvon Martin's family. I feel bad for that sick dude who killed that kid, man, because he's sick. Something's wrong with him in his mind.
That individual, man, the news said that he had made 46 calls to the police on suspicious characters and things that he's seen in the neighborhood. 46 calls. If he wanted to be a police officer and mind everybody's business, I'm not against neighborhood watches. Neighborhood watches, they curtail a lot of crime. They help people out. They keep your neighborhood safe. We should have neighborhood watches. These are troubled times we're in. But what I'm saying is, if you have an individual, if you call in 46 times, he's not on his job like that. You know what I'm saying? This man is carrying a firearm. It's clear that he had wanted to be part of the local police department. They didn't take him for whatever reason. And now he's 46 calls. Now he finally got what he wanted. He became a law officer. But the only thing is, the laws that he enforced were not just laws of that state.
No.
So the just laws of that state need to take him out of hiding, have him judged by peers. A jury of his peers.
Just like they would do me.
Just like
they would do my brother here. Like I said, man, if somebody comes to my house, your house, his house, and they come and they're coming with intent to harm his family, real intent, not just walking down the street with a bag of Skittles. If somebody's coming to harm one of our family members and we take action against them people, we are subject to being judged and tried by 12 of our peers, man, and it's messed up. I'm not saying I agree with the laws, I've been, shit. I'm just saying that, but from being adjudicated with the law, I understand the laws, and I understand that he's getting away with murder in the literal sense, man. But Y'all do something about it, man. We're just trying to get maybe somebody, one of our watchers, they haven't heard about this. They ain't hip to this, man. Do your research on it, man.
Do your research. Make a statement. Make a stand. Yeah. Blog about it. Twitter about it. You know what I'm saying? If maybe our politicians and some of our leaders in law enforcement, maybe if they see the people that they're supposed to serve are outraged, maybe they'll think twice and look at their policies and procedures and make changes accordingly.
And you students out there, talk to your teachers about it. Have your teachers discuss it with your whole class.
Right.
And if you're in any cities where they having protests about it, why don't you participate?
It's got to be an open forum. That's the way change comes about.
Just be active. Don't just sit there and do nothing.
And trust me, it's not just Trayvon Martin, man. Mm-hmm. It's Sean Bell. It's the brother in Oakland that was killed.
On the subway. It's all day, every day.
It's all over America. It's in your city. It's in my city. We're right here in the historical west side of Las Vegas, and man, there's been numerous injustices done, and they're going on right now as we make this, man. So stand up for the injustices, man. Trayvon Martin, bless his soul. I pray that he opens the eyes of a lot of people to what's going on, man.
Rest in peace.
And to his family, man, hold y'all head. Hopefully your son didn't die in vain. Hopefully something comes from this, something positive and something for the good.
Stand up for your right to wear what you want to wear and go about your business without getting murdered. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? In cold blood.
Exactly.
AHAT Las Vegas.
More than battle rap.
Hey, what you want?
Just hit stop on that.
Hit you.